Yeah, like I said, I wish I could see the big picture here, but the big picture here is what talking about every girlfriend I've ever had or wanted, so other motherfuckers can and the girl and the sisters of my girlfriends. Hell no, that's mine. It's my property. I put my fuck on it. One, two, three times a lady. That's my shit. Enough of that. That's not gonna happen. Who's James Hetfield though? What do you mean, Jamie? People can't stand him? I don't think so. Why? Because he had his shit together and he didn't put up with no egos either. The people that you talk about and like are the most obnoxious, hyperactive children that throw prima donna fits. Like they will, for no reason, put their guitar down, let the shit feed back, and they'll walk out and leave their guitar feeding back and yell into the microphone, Aaron, 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 Aaron. They'll come get drunk at your house, rip the toilet seat off while they're puking, fuck your girlfriend, etc., shit like that. No, thank you. Get the fuck away from me. I'd rather hang out with Jamie. Jamie had a cool car. He had a couple of them. He had a cool Jeep. He listened to good. He was not a poser. He listened to deep, deep, deep punk rock. Deep punk rock. That's why him playing in that band was probably funny to the both of us because he was into deep punk rock, and he was a nice dude. And he came. I'll tell you this story again. He came from like Westchester, and he lived in Peekskill, and he took me out there, and it was fucking beautiful. And then him and his friend had this house that was just extremely punk rock. There's spray painting everywhere, graffitied like it was like the dance hall in Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, with porn pictures everywhere. Next to these next to these extremely rich houses. Like that's where the Facts of Life was filmed, out there. Big money. Would have backyard parties where we play shows, and I don't know why people can't stand them. People can't stand them because they did the same thing to me that they try to do to him. They try to come fuck around with his property, his girlfriends, and that's a no-go with Jamie, and you will get your head bashed in on stage with a goddamn ashtray. I'm the same way, as you could tell. I don't give a fuck. I'll kill you in front of the whole fucking place if you touch what's mine. Don't touch mines. And that's the code that Jamie lived by. But it's funny how me and Jamie could fuck the same girls yet not tear each other apart. But leave it to another arrogant poser dickhead, and then you get blood and carnage. Jamie acted a lot. If you watch James Hetfield talk, that's kind of like talking to Jamie. What you see is what you get. He could have a fucking ego. He could be like, I got the best girls, I got the best cars, I live in the best house. But he wasn't like that. And he was a super nice guy, you know? I'm not sure what you mean by James, but yeah, anybody like that. You know, if you're a nice guy and you play really well and and your thing is together and you play really well and you got your thing together, everybody hates you. Especially if you have a little bit of money or something and some girls and some props. They hate you by default because you got your shit together. That's probably the name of the game. And all I could see, don't even talk about Rotterdam, Swedish and Swiss and Denmark. That's not my gig. I come from the gritty streets of Schenectady, like from the greetings from the sewers of Schenectady. That's fucking me, okay? Where blood and piss mingle in the fucking sewers. That's where I sprawled out of. I don't know what goes on in the windmills, the windy windmill city of fucking Rotterdam, where it's a nice place to live. In my city, it wasn't a nice place to live. You had your selection from buttermouth hookers, stone cold killers, and pedophiles that were shipped upstate to get off the bus and eat you up at the bus stop. Give me a cigarette, nigga, and they follow you. I said, give me your money, beat you down, play the knockout game, walk up to you and try to knock you out for no reason, to hit you while you're not paying attention, just to knock you out with your eyes open. Criminals that would get up at 4 a.m. to go to the bus stop just to knock a white guy out. Those are the gritty, grimy streets I come from. I don't come from Mr. Nice Guy. Let me fuck your girlfriend city. No, thank you. I come from that dirty, 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 dirty place. That's what I'm trying to do. And now I rose above it. That's why I'd creep on into the hills of Burn Hills to get some Kelly pussy and shit like that. You got to look around every corner. You got to unturn every stone. to get that good pussy. You can't be leaning on another man. You will get stabbed. And that's how it goes. You don't ever move on another guy's girl unless you're willing to pay the fucking price. And that's the mark of a good man. Yeah, I could have fucked every bitch I saw, but I didn't. I'd rather fuck my girlfriend's girlfriends and get away with it. You know, you challenge another man, there's going to be some street fight action coming your way or something like that. People don't take kindly to that shit. I'm tired of hearing about Rotterdam. Why the fuck are you talking about that? I don't come from there. That's not my city. I don't know what the fuck they do there. People born in 1970, 1973. That's not my era. Dad, take this fucking panties off and in my pussy. You've been talking all day. I'm gonna break up with you if you don't throw that phone in the ocean. Oh, look what I found. 10 more phones up here. Can you believe that? There they were. Wow, about half of them are all cracked and punched. The screens are punched the fuck out. Isn't this awesome, guys? Look at that. Every fucking phone. Not an SD card, though, in the house, though. I wonder where those go. Screens that are punched the fuck out. All that shit. What you mean iPhone? My iPhone don't even turn on anymore. I got no service with it. I punched and cracked the screen. That's the second iPhone in 1 year. Yeah, this shit's way too expensive. Please. Give me a minute, baby. I'll get in there. I'll get back in the mood. Crawl into bed with you. She's like her mother. Milabot's in the next room. She's crocheting me a ski hat. She's making me a plastic wig so I can run away. She's making me a pair of shoes so I can run the fuck away. Mrs. Fish is in there. Don't call me that, Dad. It's disgusting. Hey, Mrs. Fish. Daddy. Hey, baby. Hey, Mommy. Daddy. Don't call me Mrs. Fish. That's disgusting. She don't like that. She's in there crocheting me a chartreuse green ski hat. And when she's finished with it, she goes, I love you. And she throws it at me. Put it on. Just like her mother. Her mother, did I tell you that story? It's my favorite story. I'll tell you again. Her mother, I bought her, well, never mind. She crocheted herself in yarn, a hot little fucking negligee of lingerie made out of pink fucking yarn. Because she liked to sew, you know. She would sit there and she would tell me, your ex-girlfriend, Michelle, cannot sew. I can sew. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you can, baby. You could do everything. You're an amazingly talented little summer bot. I watched a program on TV and she's like, turn around. And turned around and those big melons are all, oh my God, in a purple and they come up cut really high on the thigh, made out of fucking yarn. I'm like, you are an artist. That shit is remarkable. That's why she needs to be in my little Manson gang. Sew me outfits and shit. Milabot sewing me shit too. Milabot sewing herself some panties. Milabot a chitter chatter. That's what we doing here. That's what we doing. Okay.